Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. This is Brian from Giant Monster Aftermath, and today I'm going to do another collecting video, and this is going to be my collection of PlayStation 1 games. I was a huge PlayStation fan growing up, still am today. PlayStation 1 was just so nostalgic to me, and I really enjoyed collecting these, and most of what you'll see are games that I've thrifted and found at Goodwills and stuff. Let's get to it. Enjoy. Alright, so starting off, we have our first game here, All-Star Slamming D-Ball, and made by Age Tech. This is a dodgeball game. It's okay. Haven't really put much time into it. Next we have the Animaniacs 10-Pin Alley. A fun little bowling game. I was a fan of the Animaniacs as a kid, so happy to have that for my collection. This is Apocalypse. It's like a third-person action game. It's got Bruce Willis in it. It's pretty neat. Next we have Midway's Arcade Greatest Hits, and this is the Atari Collection #1. It's got like maybe 8 games. I'm not really for certain how many. Pretty cool little collection. Next we have Army Men Air Attack. I was a huge fan of the Army Men games. Just loved all the aesthetic that came with it. Really fun. Austin Powers Pinball. I found this at a vendor's mall recently for like $2 or $3, so I had to pick it up. I love the Austin Powers movies, so great ad for my collection. Really enjoyed that game. This is Baldies. It's a weird puzzle game. I saw it at GameStop, and I just saw the word Baldies, and I was like, well, I have to have this. So a good little ad. This is Big Strike Bowling. This is actually sealed brand new. I got it at a flea market for like $2 or $3, and I haven't opened it or tried it or anything. It looks just like your simple bowling game, so pretty cool little find there. Here we have Bloody Roar. Now this is one of my favorite fighting games growing up. I really love this series, and to be honest, I'd love to see them bring it back. I'm not really sure who owns it. Maybe it was Hudson Soft, and maybe Konami has the rights to it or something. I don't know, but really cool fighting game. Here we have the Bombing Islands, and this is kind of like a puzzle game with bombs and stuff. Here we have Cabela's Big Game Hunter. Nothing really special about this. This is just a hunting game. Caesar's Palace 2000. Looks like I paid $3 there for it. It's like a casino game where you walk around, do some slots, play some cards. Looks like I'm missing the manual. Actually, it looks like I do have the manual. So, I don't know. I don't like when they do the bulkier cases for just single disc games. It's kind of odd to me. Up next, we have good old Celebrity Deathmatch. As a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch this on TV, but I snuck and watched it anyways. I think any other kid probably would have. Great comedy. Pretty cool game overall. Nothing too big. Here we have Countdown Vampires. This is a weird vampire horror game, I guess. It's 2 discs, but it's in like a single case here. And for whatever reason, this game is kind of expensive. It's like $100 game or whatever. For whatever reason, I played it recently for Halloween and just didn't really enjoy that much, to be honest. So just kind of played it a little bit and stuck it back on the shelf, but kind of neat. Here we have Crossword Crisis. It's your typical puzzle game. Nothing special about it. This is a Cyber Tiger. It's a EA game. It's Tiger Woods golf, essentially. Nothing special, just typical golf game. Here we have Daredevil Derby 3D. And this game's alright. It's like a top-down driver, kind of, lots of destruction and stuff. And here we have it's discs only of Digimon World 1 and Digimon World 2. And I had found these at Goodwill's or maybe a thrift store. I don't really recall. I've had these for many, many years, and I've just never been able to find like a decent case and manual for these games to make them complete. So I figured I'd keep them because I enjoy playing them. Here we have Toy Story Racer. It's nothing too special. It's just like a kart racer, but with Toy Story characters. So pretty neat little game, especially if you like kart racers. Here we have Driver 2. Back when I was a kid, I would play this all the time, and this consumed a lot of my time until Grand Theft Auto came out. Grand Theft Auto 3 mainly, but for this time, Driver 2 was, it was great, except for you couldn't get out of the cars. So, but this is a cool game. Really enjoyed it. This is the Dukes of Hazzard Racing for home. It's kind of like a stunt racing game, like where you just kind of complete objectives with the different cars, like the General Lee and stuff. So it's alright, nothing special. Here we have Hardcore Ecw Revolution, and you can see RVD there doing some wrestling work. And I always liked the old PlayStation wrestling games. They were just so fun, and they just were really creative too. So happy to have that in my collection. Next up we have the F1 World Grand Prix, and I don't really know much about this game. It was a pickup at Goodwill for like $1, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And as you can see, it's got like one of those dual case as well, no manual or anything, just a disc in the back. So pretty cool. I haven't even played it, so but maybe one day I'll get around to it. I really do enjoy racers. Here we have Fear Effect. This is a really cool game. I put a lot of hours into it when I was younger, and looks like it is 4 discs, so I kind of enjoyed that about the PlayStation. Just so many discs. I felt like as a kid, the more discs it had, the better the game would be, just because it would last longer. So really enjoy those, and as you can see, it's complete with all 4 discs and the manual. So really cool game. Up next is Final Fantasy Anthology, and this is the combo with Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI on it. And put a lot of hours into 6. Didn't really play 5 very much, but as you can see, I've got discs in there, but no manuals, unfortunately, so I have to pick them up one day. Next we have Final Fantasy Chronicles. This includes Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. And as you can see, the back of mine is a little beat up. Probably need to find a new one day. Maybe I'll get lucky and find one when yard selling season picks back up. But as you can see, has the discs and manual for the Final Fantasy IV. So pretty cool game. And of course, the main game for the PlayStation 1 era, Final Fantasy VII. And I'm not gonna lie, I beat this game a lot as a kid. I put a lot of hours into it, and for me personally, it was probably one of the biggest RPGs of my childhood, just because it was so accessible and all my friends were playing it. So awesome game, probably one of my favorites. Next is Final Fantasy VIII, and as you can see here, I have the $5 price tag I paid for it, I guess at a vendor's mall or something. Final Fantasy VIII, it's a pretty good game. I really enjoyed the card game within it, all the Guardian Forces and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that too, and as you can see, I have it complete with a little mini walkthrough. And I really enjoyed the characters and like the student aspect of it. So I know some people like to hate on Final Fantasy VIII, but me personally, I really enjoyed it. So really happy to have it in my collection. And of course, up next is Final Fantasy IX. Squaresoft's still doing great stuff here, and Final Fantasy IX was really good. It's not one of my favorite story-wise, but I do like the characters. It's just awesome how they all line up together, and just really unique characters in this game. So really enjoyed it. And moving on to some, just games. Fisherman's Bait. It's just a fishing game I'd picked up at a Goodwill for like $1, so I don't think I've ever played it. G-Police. I'm not sure exactly where I got this game. It's I played a little bit of it, not much. It's alright. Nothing too special there. And here we have Galarians. This game is it's kind of like a horror game, sci-fi horror. It's pretty neat actually. I'd never heard of it until I found it at a thrift store, so I picked it up. But I played it during over Halloween, and it's a pretty neat game. I don't know if I could recommend it or not. Maybe so. Just try it out if you ever see it. Next up is Gex, and this is like a little platformer action game. Gex, I wasn't really big into Gex as a kid, so it's more of me trying it as an adult, and I found it to be okay. Next we have Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. I don't have 2 unfortunately, so maybe I'll find it one day. But I thought it also had like a dual disc as well, but it only is just 1 disc, so it wasn't as big of a game as I thought it was. But it's okay. I like how they have the it's like the James Bond theme with it. But next we have Grand Theft Auto, the director's cut, and this is a pretty cool little thing. I actually found this in like a box of movies I bought randomly, and it's got the original Grand Theft Auto along with Grand Theft Auto London 1969. Of course it would be 69, that's how they do it. But these games are really cool top down. I really enjoy them. This is Gunfighter, The Legend of Jesse James. This is practically new, but I actually have not played it at all, so I'm not really sure what it's about. Here we have Ihra Drag Racing. This is just your typical drag racing game. Nothing too special about it. The cars look pretty neat in it. Here we have Incredible Crisis. I don't know much about this game, but I picked it up at a thrift store. Don't really know anything about it. From what I've seen on eBay, it goes for like $40 or $50, so I'm guessing it's somewhat pretty cool. So maybe one day I'll give it a try. Pretty cool little looking game. Here we have Independence Day, based on the movie, and one of my favorite movies growing up, so whenever I saw this at the thrift store, I had to pick it up. Here we have Jigsaw Madness. This is just a puzzle game, and I don't know, nothing too particular to say about it, just a puzzle game. Here we have Kagero Deception 2, and I'm not really sure much about this game, but if I'm not mistaken, it could be the sequel to Tecmo's Deception, which I put a lot of hours into. It's a really fun game, and if I ever run across it, I'll be a happy person to pick that up. Just a boxing game, Knockout Kings. I might have paid $4.99 for it. I don't think I did. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it's just a typical boxing game, nothing special. Here we have The Land Before Time, and it's another game based on a old movie. So really enjoyed the movie growing up, so I was happy to have it in my collection. Here we have Lego Racers. This game's it's an alright racer, nothing too special, but I was a huge fan of Lego Island, I believe it was, on PC growing up, so I really enjoyed those old Lego games, including Lego Rock Raiders. And it just kind of goes along with that nostalgia of old Lego games where it's just the graphics are kind of horrible, but it's just super fun gameplay, and it's just cool to get around in the Lego world that they created. This is a game called Martian Gothic. I have not played this game yet, but the cover alone, I had to pick it up. I mean, it looks creepy and kind of sci-fi, so I'm not really sure what the game's about, but once I saw it, I had to pick it up. So maybe I'll try it out. If it's a horror game, I'll try it out for Halloween or something this year. So Pretty cool to have to the collection though. And this is an awesome game called Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen Magical Mystery Mall, or Mall Mystery. I don't remember what it was, but I don't have much to say about that. Medal of Honor Collector's Edition. I'm not sure what all is included with the Collector's Edition. As you can see, it says part of a set, so I'm not really sure exactly what extra stuff was included, so that'd be cool to find out maybe. I just found this at a Goodwill, so nothing else included. And here we have Men in Black series Crashdown. Looks like I paid $3 for it. I haven't really put any hours or any time into this game, so I'm not really sure how it plays. It could be a hidden gem for all I know, so maybe one day I'll try it out. This is MLB 2000. Nothing special, just a baseball game. Next up we have Monopoly. Not much to say about this either. This is, Monopoly but on PlayStation, so. And here we have Monster Rancher. Now this is one of my all-time favorite games growing up. I had to have this. As a kid, I'd go over to my friend's house and we would literally pull out all of his parents' CDs and movies and other video games that he had, and we'd scan them all for whatever type of monster would pop out, and it was just so much fun. And I love the random aspect of it where you never knew what kind of monster was going to spawn out of it. So very cool, and just lots of great memories of that game. This is Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I actually tried this out when I found it a couple months back, and it's not really that great of a game. I was just thinking it could have been a spin on, like Mortal Kombat, where just a typical fighting game, but it kind of sucks, to be honest, so I wouldn't recommend it. Here we have Muppets Race Mania, another kart racer featuring Jim Henson puppets, so nothing too special unless you're a huge kart racer fan. And this is My Disney Kitchen. I'm not really sure what this game's about. I bought it part of a PlayStation collection, so I'm assuming it might be like a little kid game or with puzzles or something. Here we have Namco Museum. It's the volume 3. It has a lot of games on there, about 8 of them I believe. Here we have NASCAR 98. Looks like your typical NASCAR game, nothing too special with that. And then we're just going to go through a bunch of sports games here. This is NBA Live 2002, NBA Shootout 2004, Insulae Madness 2001. Hope I didn't pay $2 for that. Probably didn't. Here's Need for Speed High Stakes. Actually, it's a pretty good Need for Speed game. I remember playing these as a kid and really enjoyed trying to escape the police. Super fun. Next Tetris, excuse me, I can't speak. It's a little Tetris game with a little bit of extra stuff added to it. Game Day 98 NFL, and 99, and we'll have a couple more here. 2001. Next, Game Day 2002, and next is Game Day 2004. Nothing special, just 989 Sports doing their thing. And here we have NHL 99, decent hockey game. NHL 2000. Next is NHL 2001, and almost done with the sports games. Next is NHL 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge. A little bit different in that one. Midway did it instead of EA. I haven't put any time into this, so I'm not really sure which one of these would be the best one to play. Alright, so next we have Nightmare Creatures here. Still missing a manual for this. I'd love to find a manual for it one day. Super creepy game. I really enjoy it. just like an action game. It's fun. And here we have Ninja Shadow of Darkness, and it looks like I paid $6 for this at a vendor's ball, so pretty decent price. Fun little game. Happy to have it in the collection. So not sure if it has any value or not. I didn't look at most of these games, just a handful of them before I did this video. Here we have Nuclear Strike. This is like a helicopter game where you just kind of fly around and shoot targets and do objectives. Nothing too special. It's okay game. This is Odt Escape or Die Trying. I honestly have never played this game, so I don't know anything about it or what it's about. This is Olympic Summer Games. Haven't played this game either. It's just a thrift store find, so I'm assuming you probably do Olympic activities. This is Pipe Dreams 3D. This is like a puzzle game where you twist pipes around and stuff to solve like leaks and move the water or whatnot. So it's okay puzzle game. And this appears to be my only jam pack game that I have. It's like a PlayStation Underground demo disc. It's got quite a few demos on here. As a kid, I remember playing these more than actual games, just because we never really owned any mini games. It was just rentals or whatnot. And check out that awesome gear in there. I'd love to have a few of those shirts right now. What about you? Pretty killer stuff in there. And next we have Pong Next Level. So it's a take on Pong. I don't think I've played this, so I'm not sure how more creative they can get other than bouncing the ball back and forth, but I don't know. So here's Cubert. Cubert is actually the first PS1 game I ever got as a kid. Whenever my mom got us one for Christmas, she bought this game with our PS1, and it just so happened to be like the first game she played as a kid, so I thought that was kind of cool little memorial thing. So happy to have this game in my collection. It's a great little arcade game, so you know, I'll probably keep it forever. It's a good memory game. Here we have Razor Racing. As a kid, you know, we'd see a lot of kids with their Razor scooters riding around, so this is a great game at that time to kind of imitate what you wish you could do in real life. This is RC Helicopter. This is it's done by Age Tech. It's basically the worst mission in every Grand Theft Auto put into a game, so I don't know. I honestly haven't played this, so I don't know if it's as bad and controls as terrible as those games do, but yeah, it's RC Helicopter. Here we have Resident Evil 2. Awesome, amazing game. I don't have Resident Evil 1, unfortunately, as of right now. Maybe one day I'll find it out in the wild. Kind of pricey, of course, and looks like it's already been used, so. But cool addition here. As you can see, I hate that they have stickers on my discs, so I'll have to remove them somehow. Kind of drives me crazy, but really cool to have this game. Discs are in decent condition. No manual, unfortunately, but maybe one day I'll find one of those. Next up is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And as you can see, this says it includes the Dino Crisis demo, and I actually do have the demo in here. This game is really awesome. Nemesis was terrifying as a kid, so I remember playing like 30 minutes of this game and turning it off and like having to take a break from it and stuff. So it's really fun to play, and especially own now as an adult. So, and I like how they have the disc here for the Dino Crisis disc, kind of on the back here. They didn't have to do a big jumbo case. They just kept it simple with the little single one. So really awesome game. Happy to have it. And here we have Riven, the sequel to Myst. Now, I've not played this game. I picked it up at a Goodwill or something maybe a year or so ago, and it says it has 5 discs in it, so I'm not sure what the largest PS1 game is. I'm sure it's probably 6 discs or something, but I'm just going to show you the way they have these discs in here. It's creative how they managed to get these in here. So as you can see, as I open it, it's disc 2 along with the manual, but this little piece right here flips back and there's the first disc, so pretty neat. Hiding behind here is the third one, so that's the third disc. And as we open up the back here, you can see they also kept that little like extra disc piece or arm or whatever you want to call it to hold the remaining discs. So very creative how they got around having so many discs in these cases without making them too bulky. And as I pull open the back here, you can see this back one's empty, so I'm not sure if there was like maybe a demo disc or something included in it, but it has 6 slots and only 5 discs. But pretty cool game. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right there. I don't want the video to exceed 20 minutes or so, so there'll be a part 2 to this with the remaining PlayStation games that I have in my collection. So hope you guys enjoyed the video so far, and be prepared to see part 2 probably next week. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.